Good evening, this is Amita Balachandra. Today we're going to pick up air pollution in Delhi. Now, the reason we're picking up this topic is because air quality in Delhi has worsened after Dashera. And we know that this is a recurring problem that happens every year, that in the winters, air pollution in Delhi gets worse. And mostly because of festivals, stubble burning, and a whole host of other things. But this time it's different because of the pandemic as well. Let me give you an idea. After Sunday, Delhi's air dropped to the very poor category, and as of this morning, the Central Pollution Board's data showed that it was above 350 on a scale of 500. But this time, the additional problem, like I pointed out earlier, is COVID 19. And with the pandemic, there are reports with experts saying that air pollution will cause greater risk to COVID 19 patients. Now, the latest that's come up right now is that the center has told the Supreme Court that it is contemplating bringing in a legislation to tackle air pollution and stubble burning. And this is what the bench has said. The bench has said that it is good that the government is coming up with this law, that this is an issue that anyway should have been looked into by the government, and that everyone in the city is choking due to bad air. Now, this is the scope of this conversation. We're going to find out how much worse has it gotten this year when compared to previous years. What are the recent measures by the government? Are they effective at all? Is it working? And will we see more cases now because of COVID 19? And is the government more serious this time, considering the pandemic is also on? To talk about that, I have with me Bhavreen Kandari, who is a parent and an environmentalist who's spearheading public movements to focus and call for action on environmental justice issues. She's also spearheaded the My Right to Breathe campaign in 2016 and has been fighting for clean air ever since. Bhavreen, thank you so much for making time and talking to us. My first question to you is this. When compared to the last couple of months to now, what is the difference you see? Because there were reports that in September we saw clean air because of lockdown in Delhi, but we've seen that sort of reverse as well now in October.
Yes, definitely. We were all seeing the beautiful blue skies and the clean rivers and the pictures all over the social media. Of course, the COVID had a role to play there, and but it was just a very, very clear indication in one sentence that the sources of pollution were curbed naturally because there were no vehicles and there was no, industrial pollution, chemical pollution. So everything worked out. But now, in September, when we come towards September every year, we know that, of course, we, put a lot of blame to stubble burning, which is, of course, one of the reasons. But also the weather and the temperature, the winds, everything, plays a role. And now with the, lower temperatures, the pollution tends to get trapped, in layman term, right, above us. So that's one of the reasons that we owe a lot of this, crisis, the pollution crisis as of now. But like I said, every this whole COVID scenario was a complete. It was absolutely one of the largest experiments, I would say, that showed that if we curb the sources, that is the only answer to the pollution crisis. But we are not doing that.
And we'll come to that. We'll come to the
Yeah.
measures and what we must do as well. But I also want to talk to you about the fact that now with the pandemic, how much worse is it going to get? Because an NDTV report has said that Delhi has seen a jump in breathing issues due to COVID 19 and air pollution. I know that you have your own network as well. In your conversations with different people across the national capital, have you seen this as well, that more people are complaining of breathing issues?
Absolutely. I mean, forget everyone else. I mean, my daughter and I were having so much trouble last night at about 11:15. First time ever that I felt I couldn't lie down. I just kept getting up, and I was feeling breathless and scared. So I got my oximeter, in the home because of my in-laws. I have that, checking it. So it is happening everywhere around, and the doctors, of course, like Dr. Arvind Kumar and all the other experts, They are very clearly saying the hospitals have more numbers coming in, and which will be, I mean, every year we get because of pollution, and now we have COVID and pollution. So this is a real, terrible situation. And like you said, of course, NDTV showed it, but besides that, the Harvard study, the Cochin studies, they very clearly have pointed out that COVID is going to, make it worse.
And how much of a concern is that? And for people who don't know about the Harvard study, the Harvard University study has shown that an increase of only 1 microgram per cubic meter in PM 2.5, that is the dangerous tiny pollutants in the air, is associated with an 8% increase in the COVID-19 death rate. So that's going to, you think, get worse because there's Diwali also coming up.
Absolutely. And, like yesterday also, Dussehra is so disheartening to see that, one, of course, we can't defy the court orders. No, the court orders say that you can burn green crackers. Who will go and check the green crackers? But anyway, we cannot defy the court orders. But then the crackers were supposed to be from 8 to 10, from 8 onwards. But then they were bursting since 6 o'clock. So enforcement of laws in every respect is very, very important here. For Diwali also, we'll have to be very, the authorities will have to come up openly and, stop this kind of, things that this is not acceptable at all. Crackers is not acceptable.
And I also want you to talk about the combination of things that actually lead to air pollution in Delhi every winter. Right now, there's COVID-19, which is an added thing as well. But if you can tell me, because, there's the stubble burning that starts first, and post that, it's not just stubble burning, because it's like a political flashpoint for AAP, BJP and the Congress. But there are other factors as well. So help us explain what are the other factors like industrial activity, construction activities, etc. What are the other factors that contribute to air pollution?
Yes, absolutely. You said it very correctly that it's not stubborn only. Because it's an all-year process, and that we have to kind of follow. Whether it's construction is one of the largest polluters. Construction dust. Then we have the vehicular emissions. We have waste management, failed waste management. In Delhi especially. So these are, now of course they've introduced electric vehicles. That's a one positive step. But then there's a big catch in that, because so far it's all on the paper. We don't know. We're still struggling with those huge queues of CNGs. Whether we have enough battery chargers and those kind of technical problems. So that is one positive start. But then there are these very wrong decisions that are happening throughout the year that we are suffering. So smog tower is one of them, which is absolutely a sham or a scam. I don't know what to call it. I mean, here you want to cut trees and install smog towers. It's not going to help. We are in a terrible situation in Delhi. We're the most polluted capital of the world. We cannot afford to make these mistakes. And then over and above, now we have a transplantation policy, which is, I've been saying, and many have been saying, it's really a license to kill trees. So if the whole thought process has to change, because if we have to now correct ourselves, then the development has to take a little bit backseat, and it has to work around the environment, around the trees. There are absolutely ways. Many cities in the world have done it, and it's not possible. But only the intent needs to be there. The cities have to be smart in the sense that they have to be smart because they are environment friendly, not vehicle friendly, not in terms of construction. Now huge projects like Central Vista, which you've also spoken about very in details.
So do you believe that these measures are just ad hoc measures, they're temporary measures that won't work in the long term? Because you mentioned smog towers. For instance, there's another campaign that the government has come up with, which is the Red Light On, Gaadi Off campaign that was launched in October. There is a transplantation policy that you said had problems. Why is that? If you can help us explain why the policy doesn't work.
So this is not me. I'm a citizen. I'm an environmentalist. So I'm not an expert. I'm saying the experts. I'm quoting the experts. Okay. That if a tree could move, it would have had feet, or it would have had wings. it doesn't work like that. Those 1, 2, 4 trees that are moved in perfect environment, that's a complete whole technology. I mean, if you know all the compensatory afforestation was just a similar sham that we've been going through all these years. So where our authorities cannot even water trees, you think they can? They have the capability of moving trees, these huge trees, fully grown 70-year-old trees, to another place. It doesn't work. Our soil, our air, it doesn't support that. I'm just speaking in very layman terms. I'm not putting technical terms there, but it doesn't work out. And there have been, we've been able to show many places like Dwarka and Asola and all, where last year they transplanted, but nothing is there. It's all gone. So this is not going to work, and we don't have to. Why would we want to do that? We are in the worst state right now. Our lungs are choked. I mean, we should not be thinking about killing trees in any case. And then small guns, and then of course you're talking about all these little campaigns. These are more of PR campaigns. Sorry to say that. Of course, everything is good. I mean, that it is something that we've always spoken to our children, and children have spoken to us rather. They learn in schools that mom, switch off your engine, no idling. Schools have done these kind of little campaigns, which is good. Okay, fine, but this really doesn't help. These are all super band-aid solutions. To have smog guns and spraying. How many smog towers in the city will you install? How many smog guns will you have? You cannot do that. And how many of the sweeping trucks and these things don't work. We have to find ways of, in bigger terms. What about the thermal power plants? Are we implementing the norms strictly there? Are we working on clean energy? Is it clean? Even the EV vehicles which are coming in, are they so clean? Are they? It's still coal. So somewhere there's a carbon footprint involved. And are we working on that? I know it may not be possible to do it overnight, but yes, if we have the intent, then we'll have to do it. So these
in fact, we were looking at the PM 2.5 and PM10 levels in Delhi. Some of the worst affected areas as far as air quality, with really bad air quality right now, are Dwarka, Anand Vihar, which is an interstate bus station. That's a really, that's always quite bad during the winters, and it is in the severe category. If you can also tell us about the latest development that's come in from the center, for instance, which has told the Supreme Court that it is thinking of bringing a law to tackle not just air pollution, but also stubble burning. And the CJI, in fact, has said that this is a welcome step and this should have been done earlier. So do you believe that that is perhaps a solution, that a legislation could come in next?
Yes, of course, a law is always welcome as long as it's well-meaning. And of course, we had a lot of expectation of justice for Justice Lokur, because he was involved until now. And but I mean, even if this whole today's court hearing was for the fear of Justice Lokur, even if they're bringing a law for him, it's fine, because something should come up. We were not doing anything so far. I mean, the government really did not do anything, and whether it's for the PIL or for the fear of Justice Lokur, we are getting something. I'm sure it should work out. And also, committees have really not helped in the past. I mean, we've seen the committees are formed, and there's just really nothing happens. So I totally believe that this is the government's job, and they should do it, and they have to do it now. I mean, we are in a crisis. It's a public health emergency, and there is no question of not being able to work out. They're very simple things, even as far as policy change is concerned, that's very simple things, but we are not going the right way. We want to first, we want to just work on the pollution, but we don't want to work on the sources of pollution. It's strangely why, but that's how it's happening. We have to work on the sources of pollution.
My last question to you is this. I want to know what you think of the fact that the Kejriwal government has now said that if it gets worse, in the sense that if it becomes a state of emergency, then they could bring in odd even. Do you believe that that could happen with Diwali coming up? There is a pandemic going on. You have different studies saying that it's greater risk for COVID-19 patients. Do you believe that that could happen? That's one thing. Another point that they're also saying is that construction activity could be banned if it gets worse. So do you believe that it will get to that point?
That's a strange part, that all the burden is given to the citizens always, when the government doesn't do anything all year round, and then they want to, like you said, it's not an easy time for citizens. It's difficult times, for everyone. And bringing an odd even, as much as I support everything, whether even if it's switching off an engine on the thing, we are willing to do it. We are citizens, we are willing to do anything. We want to save our children, their future, their lungs, it's fine. But these ad hoc measures are not going to help. We will be doing the same thing again and again, which we have been doing in the past so many years. We've been speaking the same thing over and over again. It's like a soap opera, like I've been saying, but that's not going to help. Of course, everything is, we must support everything, but I personally don't really agree with the odd even as well. It's not a
All right. So you're saying, Mavreen, is telling us that these are ad hoc measures. The fact that the government is now coming up with different campaigns. They say that odd even could be the last resort if things get really bad. There are studies saying that COVID-19 patients could have it worse, considering there is air pollution and the fact that there is a pandemic going on. We really have to see how it plays out, considering there are more festivals also coming in the next 2 months. But the fact that the center has now said that there could be a legislation that's coming up to tackle air pollution and stubble burning is a welcome step, and we'll really have to see how things pan out. Mavreen, thank you so much for joining us with those inputs. I'm very glad that you made some time for us, and on this show, we'll keep bringing up these issues over the next couple of months. Thanks for watching.
Yes, appreciate it. Thank you.